Brian is turning. How old are you turning, Brian?
21.
Brian, how old are you turning?
22.
I was gonna write some stuff today, but then I cleaned the house instead.
Okay.
Happy birthday,
And
Mark.
so,
That's good,
in
yeah.
keeping with the theme
Thank
of the
you.
evening,
Looks better now.
I'm gonna read some stuff from when I was 22. In keeping with the theme of being lazy. So here's some stuff from when I was 22. These are, I'm gonna read like 3 or 4 poems. Poems are about getting jobs. First one's called, I get a job as a kitchen assistant. Because one time I washed dishes at an old folks home. I get a job as a kitchen assistant. 1. I submit myself to the panic cloud, to the static of dishes and of bodies, to saving money in the fall of 2013. In the outer reaches of our solar system, I'm constructing a satellite. The components are all irreconcilable, surrounded by nebulae and night. I'm trying to take all these billion things and hold them in the palms of my hand. A glass in the kitchen shatters into corners that I didn't even know existed. The Oort cloud is mostly empty space. Like our sentences, I resent myself for thinking that any of this might be beneath me. Later in the shower, I begin to piece together all the solid metal plates that will shape my satellite. My satellite is set to receive all the nothing that it points to, all the disparate things in a day. That's a kind of logic I've found between the branches, a language that suits me. 2. I walk myself to a set of double doors where there's a kitchen and a job to be done. In uniform, mopping the hall, making coffee, taking orders, washing dishes, setting the tables, one more piece of a puzzle that's been being put back together ever since the sensate expectation to make meaningful. Sometimes doing the dishes, my brain turns on the explanation machine to detail every aspect to I don't know who, a girl from high school, works in the kitchen. Sometimes understanding is like a cube that reassembles itself. Whenever I get close to something, the girl from high school tells me, turn off your explanation machine. I receive packets from a satellite that slings information through my eyes and through my ears. Talk about a bird's eye view of the situation. Like in the cube, I can never come close to putting down in words the knuckle chirp, the swallow fall, beak swept from trees of those tiny feathered fists, fence post perched and fluttering. It'd take a better dishwasher not to break at the sight, and it wrecks me every time. I find a job as a direct support professional. People will only hire me for work that's per diem. At work, we wear white on top of black, our shoes also black. Elle tells me, I'll have the soup hot. I try to turn everything around me into a poem as though this might make it mean something more. At my other job, I spend most of my mornings sitting on empty school buses while Dee sweeps out the interiors. The paper mill's machinery yawns wide open. I drive past the factory 6 times in a day. It spews artificial clouds over the lawn, an awning insubstantial in the breeze toward that not quite vacant lot, open field of yellow metal strips parked parallel. Dee will only listen to pop country radio with lots of commercials. In the yard of broken school bus husks, we step off of number 607. A mound of light glares off the roof, reflected in the many petaled puddles all over. I drive through a shower of leaves. I zone out at the library and piss to the tune of Fluorescent Light Home. I scream along with the National, the same word 53 times in the car. On Friday nights, my friends get drunk at the bowling alley. I reach outside myself for objects to explain myself. A polished oaken cabinet exists in my bedroom when I'm 12 years old. Behind the glass, there are so many tiny pewter statues. Each statue is an accomplishment. I graft each statue to myself, saying, I, too, hewed to this pewter, am art, am permanent, am something made beautiful by someone else's hands. Going to bed at night, I meditate. You are better than nobody else. You are better than nobody else. You are better than nobody else. I've never really done pills, but one time someone sold me a pill of Valium for $5, and I didn't feel anything. And this is a poem about that. It's called The Garden of Missed Opportunities. I'm standing in the garden of missed opportunities. I pop a Vicodin and feel nothing, but not the nothing you're supposed to feel. Dull slack of nerves. I'm a raw bundle, marrow-racked. Someone says to drink more beer. I'm standing in the garden with my hands in my pockets and my brain in the branches, my brain, still nothing. Everyone says, have another beer. I didn't have time in the garden for the sameness of myself and the foliage, decadent mouth sounds, line breaks or delayed punctuation, shifting stress patterns encourage alterations of the phonemes involved. Then the birds start in with their bramble chirp and low hum laser whistle. I begin picking away at the lines that shape me like a bad scab. Big eye. While watching a town-wide screening of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I catch my body beating assemblage of lines on lines as geometries in time with surprise fireworks on the 11th of July. The trees respond with their own biotechnics display, flocks of birds bursting in the same patterns. All the lines that shape me blink and clatter to the floor. I fawn over the flora and deplore the fauna. Here I'm floored floral by the faunal dawn yawning in the dark. Imagine all the tiny pieces flying together and apart. It was too much information I couldn't hold. I couldn't contain it all. I'll read one more poem, which is about and called The Body Without Organs, which was an attempt for me a few years ago to think through the concept of a body without organs. And it has two brief epigraphs from 1,000 Plateaus by Deleuze and Guattari about the body without organs, which are, on it we sleep, live our waking lives, on it we penetrate and are penetrated, on it we love. At any rate, you make one, you can't desire without making one. Look, it's like pursuing desire. It is a pursuing of desire. Desire deterritorializes. Look at all of your possibilities. Sometimes it's pursuing so many different lines. If it comes down to the wire, everything resting on a single line, what will have happened? We'll figure something, shape something new out of the lines we've got left. There are no new bodies. Look, it may not be all it's cracked up to be. Are you cracking up? Where are your lines? It's not everything they said. Masochist body, bad body, drugged body, bad body. How do you tell your parents you have a masochist body? Look, it's like when you empty me, empty me, empty me. I would be a plane without borders. I would find myself fever-pitched in the free flow of intensities from this to any other body. God, make me a tuber. Fold me over in strawberry rootstocks and purple nutsedge. Make me a rhizome. I will make good on my promise to become a body without organs. I take the bus into town for a concert. I form an assemblage with each, the bus, the town, the concert, and everything in between. I am no longer a dishwashing machine, my meaningful borders bounded only by junctures possible in the kitchen. I extend myself, and all my processes become one with my beer, my cigarette, the dance floor. I form a variety of machinic assemblages constituting so many bodies in turn: drinking machine, smoking machine, drugged body. When I map my body onto the dance floor to make a field of desire, I am a dancing machine. Outside the bar, I look for the lack that will hollow me out. I lean up against a tree. This is a hooking up of assemblages to form an assemblage. I render all of my lines, all of them segmented as a new body of desire. I compose this body along a horizon. I know how to rupture a clean break. I would make of me a model. I would draw new lines. I would model me molecular. I would model me after every possible body: body of writing, body of water, body politic, organized body, deorganized body, body of work, corpus, corpse. This is a map, not a tracing. I will redraw every border.